Hello, everyone. It is Yasha Say, the Queen of Picture Congregant Podcast, and I'd like to welcome you to the 12 Extraordinary Women of the Bible. That is 2025. That is our mission to be inside of, to explore, to talk about the 12 Extraordinary Women of the Bible. This is February, so we're talking about Sarah. And on this series, we're actually talking about Sarah's laugh. For those who have watched the other episodes or who may not be familiar with who Sarah is the wife of Abraham. Abraham is the prophet, the man of God that was promised, that it was spoken into his life that he would be the father of all nations, right? So to know about his wife Sarah cannot have children. It said in the Bible that she was barren from birth, which meant that she could not have any children. But think about this thing. God told her husband that he was going to be the father of many nations. But can you imagine being his wife and you're saying, "But Lord, I can't have any children." And so what we want to talk about today is when God sent his angel to Abraham and Sarah, and he spoke this into their life, that Sarah was going to have a child, and she laughed. Hence, the title of this series is Sarah's Laugh. So it says in the word, Genesis 18:10 and 15, and he said, "I will surely return to you according to the time of life. And behold, Sarah, your wife, shall have a son." Sarah was listening in the tent door, which was behind Abraham. Now, Abraham and Sarah were old and was well advanced in age, and Sarah had passed the age of childbearing. Therefore, Sarah laughed within herself, saying, "After I have grown old, shall I pleasure my Lord, being old also?" And the Lord said to Abraham, "Why did Sarah laugh, saying, 'Shall I surely bear a child since I am old? Is anything too hard for the Lord? At that appointed time, I will return to you according to the time of life, and Sarah shall have a son." Y'all, but it's the word said, but Sarah denied it, saying, "I did not laugh, for she was afraid." And he said, "No, but you did laugh." So it talks about Sarah was afraid because she had laughed out loud, had not laughed out loud, but within. Let me repeat that. Sarah did not laugh out loud. Sarah laughed within. As soon as she realized that strangers had such a thought, knowing her heart, she instantly, definitely knew that it was God. Okay, so let's talk about this. God sent Sarah a word. Sarah knew that she could not have any children. But God sent a word to Sarah and Abraham with his angels saying that she would have a child. And Sarah laughed. Sarah laughed. The reason why I can relate to Sarah's laughter, because there have been times in my life that God has sent a word through his men and women of God, through even people who God can use, whomever is willing to be used by him. And there were some things that have been spoken into my life that I laughed just like Sarah. I think I was a little bit worse because I laughed out loud. I remember once a pastor telling me that I was going to be an author. And I laughed because I said, surely me, I don't even like to write. But guys, I show you my book. I am an author. And I just want to share this with you because even though Sarah laughed within, she laughed for whatever reason, whether it was fear, whether it was doubt. But at the end of the day, God still showed up and God still did just what he said he was going to do. It didn't matter that Sarah didn't believe. It didn't matter if Sarah laughed because she was fearful. It doesn't matter. It didn't matter why she laughed. But I want you to know and to understand that there are some things that God have appointed and assigned to your hand that only you can do. And whether you believe that you can do it or not, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Whether you laugh out loud, laugh within, or don't even laugh, but you just stay stagnant and you have a doubt. Whatever it is that God has for you, if you're just willing to let Him order your steps, if you're just willing to let Him be God, He will show up in your life the same way He showed up for Sarah when she laughed within. She bared Abraham a son, a mighty man of God. And because of him, it has changed the trajectory for you and I, for God's kingdom. So even though this story started out with Sarah not being able to have children, but God telling Abraham that you will be the father of all nations, God sending Sarah a word in her old age that she will bear a child, Sarah laughing for whatever reason, whether it's fear, doubt, frustration, but God's word remained unchanged. It remained the same. And so I want to encourage you that the next time you think about this podcast, think about Sarah's laugh, know that it's okay to laugh. Just don't give up hope and just know that all things are possible. For the word says there's nothing too hard for my God to do. So I love you and I absolutely enjoyed this series. I don't care if only one person watch it. Walking in obedience is a beautiful thing. And for me, I am doing what I know I've been led to do. And I believe that these series will help someone, whether it's today, tomorrow, or way down the road. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Again, 12 Extraordinary Women of the Bible. Next month, March, is going to be Rahab. I'm excited. You should be excited. I love you, mean it. Until next time. Bye bye.